It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Jets and the reigning Super Bowl champs, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
Tucker McCann's got it set up and ready to go. And off we go from Tampa. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And right away, he lost the football. And the defense has got it. A nightmare start offensively. This will be a touchdown. Once that ball was loose, the question was, would this be 2 or would it be 6? It's 6. The defense able to pounce on it.
And for the offense, the training didn't really kick in, did it? Once that ball comes loose, you got to get on it, make sure that you recover it, or make sure you punch it out of the end zone. Anything but give it to the defense to score a touchdown.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. So that'll back him up 5. Now it's Carson. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Wilson's throw complete here on target to Tunyon. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays, back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. On first down, Carson. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. This is Carson. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. There's Wilson to throw. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, you got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now the Jets will call on a field goal unit here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Carlson able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The tackle made there by Jarrad Davis.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Cooper looks to throw.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. On 1st down, Wilson.
A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover. But if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go. And maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's Cooper. A quick throw, but incomplete.
So now here in the 2nd week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team? I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Cooper will look to throw it. Evans has it left side. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play.
2nd down and 7.
Operating from the gun, Cooper.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 30.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Cooper. This one complete to Scott Miller. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Cooper. And it'll be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick.
And the Jets are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw going to be caught by Davis.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt.
Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
Back now comes Tampa Bay.
And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? A big play that time for Tampa Bay.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And this one's incomplete. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this 2nd quarter. But I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cooper.
Slant route to Miller. And the Bucs are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick.
And the Jets are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, It's thought about.
The attention shifting back to Chris Godwin and the rest of the Tampa offense.
Second quarter, a guy like him, no catches, so that's the surprising part. But they're winning, so maybe they've been able to do some other things effectively, I guess.
And they found other ways, haven't they? Because the receivers will tell you, offense needs to run through us, but they're managing to get it done in this ball game without having to actually do that. I wouldn't expect them to stay silent for the rest of the game, though.
Yeah, you got to think that his first catch is coming at some point.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. Back to throw is Cooper on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Evans. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Back to throw. Cooper. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Cooper now on 3rd down. He'll let one go deep for Howard.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out.
McCann's kick up and good. So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
Hey, look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Back out onto the field comes Allen Robinson. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Wilson.
On the slant, he's got Davis.
That all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is down to 2. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone.
Takes it at the 7. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cooper.
This throw nearly intercepted. Oh, the big D lineman almost had it. But 3rd down coming up.
Back to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson.
And they'll go back to Robinson. This time he's got him.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
And this will go to Carson out wide.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Complete. It's Johnson. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Here's Huntley. Open man is Denzel Mims.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Well, You know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
And I think this is what the early proponents of the forward pass were thinking about. Get it to a receiver and have him do some work afterwards in order to create the big play we just saw there.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, Stockton. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10.
To throw, Huntley.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Huntley to throw. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer.
And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. It's a big play there for the Jets on 3rd down. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake.
Huntley.
Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. 39 yards. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Camera, action, showtime, baby.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now they try the right side here. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Off play action. Stockton. Escaping the pressure right. He'll have a first down past the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right, with this deficit. This stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Jalen Darden, the one he was looking for, but it's going to be second down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Looking to throw. Stockton. He's got his tight end. It's Chris Manhertz. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Not much there, only a yard.
Brings him 2nd and 9 at the 14-yard line.
And now here's a carry heading left. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels. Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
McCann's kick is good. And that lead is back down to 9 now. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
And that's on big Mekhi Becton, 1st-round pick in 2020. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. On the counter, Carter. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Back now in Tampa. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They call it a loss of a yard there. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Stockton.
Open man, it's Jalen Darden.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Now a handoff as they run left side. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
54 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
On 1st down, Stockton. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The lines move there, look like nobody open, now 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And fights him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. The Bucs on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all, and it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs?
And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Buccaneers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
McCann's got it teed up.
The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
On 2nd down, a run with Carter.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? To throw. Huntley. He's going to wind up and air it out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Oh, no, he lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
Another tote for Carter.
And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Here's the Jets punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken in at the 11. 35 yards that time on the punt. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Marcus May with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
On third down, Stockton. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. They'll look to throw again. Right side, it's Manhertz, the tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Flushed it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Clock now under 30 ticks and running. Off the play fake. Stockton. That is caught inside the 5. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. On 3rd and 2, Stockton. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And now the Jets are going to get this one, and that might be all she wrote. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has